Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Shri Paramagurubhyo Namaha Shri Parameshti Gurubhyo Namaha. In the previous two parts, we have seen Surata Samadhi. A king and another is a merchant came to Sumedha as a sage, and he started telling the story of Devi. And in the first chapter, Devi Vishnu, with Devi's power, killed Madhu and Kaitaba, who are the embodiment of Rajas and Tamoguna, and there are honey and honey bees. That is I don't want to once again repeat that. Once this internal Madhu and Kaitaba are slayed, one overcomes the attraction to the material things. One stops running behind the flower like a honey bee to collect the honey. Once he stops running like a honey bee for collecting honey, the spiritual journey begins. Once we start journey towards spirituality, after slaying this Madhu and Kaitaba, we face another demon. A great demon is. That is the great demon Mahisha. Let us see who this Mahisha is. Why this Mahisha confront us? A spiritual seeker. A spiritual seeker engages in various practices. Moment he engages in various practices, the pride sets in. This is the place where the whole balance is lost. Because he thinks of his great of himself, thinks great of his guru, thinks great of his path, thinks great of his level of sadhana, his own spiritual experiences. This is Mahishasura. Self-importance. This is Mahisha. The buffalo-headed demon who is half human and half beast. Because he is partly animal or beast and partly human, has the dangerous ability to disrupt the cosmic harmony. To destroy and overcome this powerful combination, a fiery and a dynamic form of Shakti is needed. The Shakti can combat the worldly Rajasa guna through the divine Rajas. This story tells that Mahisha, all-powerful demon, took away all the belongings of Devatas, like Indra, Varuna, etc. This is what the Devi Mahatma tells us. Not only takes away, he himself assumes all the jurisdiction of Surya, Indra, Agni, Vayu, Chandra, Ima, Varuna, all Ashtadik Palakaru. He takes over them, their activities. What does it mean then? How is that? These Indra and other Dikpalakas are the preceding deities, our own Indriyas and their functions. We should know that. When you say that Mahisha has taken over all the realms of Indra, Agni, etc., that means Mahisha, the pride, has taken over the functions of all our Indriyas. Because Surya refers to eyes, Indra to hands, Agni to speech, Vayu over skin, Chandra over the mind, Yama over anus, and Varuna over tongue. These are the Devatas, preceding Devatas on our various Indriyas. These gons stands for respective Indriya Vrittis, the function of these things. All these senses and functions are hijacked by the Rajoguna, the Asuri tendencies by this Mahishasura. This is the meaning that Mahishasura, assuming their lordship over all the gods, that means all these Indriyas. Once the pride sets in, that takes away the jurisdiction of all our Indriyas. This is very, very important to note. Once the pride sets in, all these functions are taken over by pride, which is Rajas, a negative and bad Rajas guna. That is Mahisha. It's taken over. Then what? Then all these Devatas has to go and approach whom? They approached in the leadership of Brahma, they approached Trimurtis. Then what? These Trimurtis understood the state of these Indriyas, these gods. And it is said that from each one of Trimurtis, a Tejas emerged and the goddess is created. Various aspects of her own infinite energy has created Trimurtis. That's once again, this is not that Trimurtis have created this Shakti here. Shakti has created these Trimurtis internal Shakti has emerged once again from them, that's all. It is not that new thing has emerged from these three murtis. All these three murtis have put their energies, which was given by Shakti. That's all. That's nothing that they had their own, which was given. Went on to fight Mahisha, the pride. Whenever I say Mahisha, I am referring to the pride. See, this Mahisha is partly animal and partly a human. And thus has a dangerous ability to disrupt the cosmic harmony. Situation is really bad. Rajas guna at its lower level will be close to tamas. At its higher level, it will be close to sattvic. We have seen that this Mahisha, the pride, has taken over the function of all the Indriyas. And these Indriyas are called Deva, in fact, the God. The God denotes the function of illumining, whereas the demons who are opposed to gods, they are opposite to the illumining function. That's why they are nature of darkness. That is called ignorance. So, the war between gods and demons is a perpetual fight, battle, conflict between the forces of life and darkness, between the righteousness and unrighteousness. What are these? They are two opposing psychic forces within all of us. There is always a conflict, fight, battle between the forces of light and forces of darkness within us. It is the two opposite forces within us. From the question arises, where these two types of urges within us, from where it is come, from where it is traced, is a question. The learned scholars answer this as, these urges are traced to sanchita karmas, that is, accumulated karmas of our innumerable lives. But among that accumulated karmas, we experience in a particular lifetime the prarabdha karma. But this prarabdha karma has indirectly influenced by our sanchita karma as our samskaras. The samskaras are the karmas stored, and the part of that is prarabdha karma allotted to a particular lifetime. Otherwise, we can say the divine or gods symbolize the positive samskaras, whereas the demonic nature or negative samskaras of our innumerable lifetime. The righteous karmas oriented towards the Supreme Self, whereas the unrighteous karmas are contrary to that. This is against our orientation towards the Supreme Self. The battle between gods and demons on these lines also occur in Vedas and Puranas. That is, the righteous and unrighteous samskaras have been referred to Daiva Sampada or divine wealth, and Asura Sampada or demonic wealth. And Devi Mahatmya talk about the war between Devas and Asuras for a full 100 years. Why this span of 100 years? This is approximately the upper limit of the human lifespan. So, throughout the human lifespan, there is a conflict, battle, war between the righteous and unrighteous samskaras. That battle goes on, that battle continue as long as we are alive. And in that war, the army of gods vanished by the demons, and Mahishasura becomes the Lord of Heaven. Exactly what happens. Under the influence of this Rajoguna, all psychological and sensory functions are focused only on the gross and material needs, and it has lost its orientation towards the Supreme Being. So the task is to again reclaim the original state. How is it possible? It's possible by uniting together all the powers of gods. That is, all the power of gods are within that Shakti only. The Brahman. If you call that Shakti as Brahman, fine. Uniting those powers together to fight these demons is exactly what that happens in the story of Devi Mahatmya. We will get back. The gods first approached Brahma, and then they'll lead to the Vishnu and Shiva. Why they went to Brahma? The Hindu mythologies say that Brahma was born from the lotus that grew from Lord Vishnu's navel. Vishnu signifies the consciousness, lotus signifies the flowering or blossoming of that consciousness. Brahma, having born from Nadhi Kamala or Naval Chakra of Vishnu, clearly, indirectly refers to Kundalini and the chakras. I am not deviating, I will come back. I am talking about the same thing. The Mahisha is the pride, and because of that pride has taken over all our Indriyas function, then all Indriyas went to Brahma. That's exactly, I come back to that. Who is this Brahma? Brahma is from the Nabhi Kamala. That is the blossoming of consciousness from the Vishnu. So when Indriyas are controlled, taken over by pride, the Indriyas has to go to Brahma, approach the consciousness. From where he is born? From Nabhi Kamala. That Nabhi Kamala is a reference to the chakras or Kundalini. The Nabhi is known as Manipura in chakra in Tantra system. And it is also known that the chakras below Manipura, there is a field of demonic consciousness, Asura Kshetra. While above Manipura is Daiva Kshetra. So, the very awareness of the conflict between the righteous and unrighteous samskaras and the need to overcome these Asuris samskaras starts with Manipura. That is the symbolic note here why Indriyas, all the Devatas, that's or Indriyas, approaches Brahma. When they approaches Brahma, once again the spiritual awareness has started blossoming. It will lead to coming together of all the spiritual samskaras, coming together with the powers of the gods. So what Brahma does, what Manipura does, what consciousness does, very simple. It takes us to, leads us to Vishnu and Shiva. Vishnu, Shiva also symbolize specific psychological functions. Vishnu and Shiva symbolize Shakti of Prana, whereas Shiva symbolizes the Gnana Shakti. What happens when all the powers of all the gods come together? That is the radiance came into that auspicious form of the goddess. So, what I'm trying to put here is maybe a repetition. when the spiritual journey begins after slaying down this Madhu and Kaitaba, and when the hunger for honey stops after killing Madhu Kaitaba, the spiritual journey starts. But once that journey starts, the pride sets in for various reasons. Moment that pride sets in, that pride takes over the functions of all our indriyas. That is the Mahesha taken over the Indra, the Ashtadikpalakas jurisdiction. Then what happens? These gods, these Indriyas, I am referring to Indriyas here, they approach first Brahman, who emerged from the Nabhi of Vishnu. This is the lotus that refers to consciousness, and also I refer to Manipura Chakra. Above Manipura is the divine samskaras, and below Manipura is the Asuri samskaras. So Brahma takes these Indriyas, the gods, to Vishnu and Shiva. What Vishnu? Vishnu is symbolizing the Shakti of Prana, whereas Shiva represents the Gnana Shakti. Then the consciousness, Prana Shakti and Gnana Shakti together takes a form of goddess, that is Tejas. That is the goddess who comes to take care of this pride Mahishasura and his army. That is the meaning here. That's the meaning here. Even, once again I repeat, it is not the energy coming from Vishnu, Shiva and Brahma to create the Tejas of Shakti. It is the other way around. Shakti was already there in them. Shakti only created those three. That is the form of consciousness. Prana Shakti and Gnana Shakti is from Devi Shakti herself. Once again it takes a form of Devi. That's how it is. As I mentioned, so that when all this collective power united against Mahishasura and his armies. Let us see the armies also. The pride is not alone. Pride has many generals. We will look at them also. Pride is not alone. It has got so many generals to support its taking over the Indriyas and misleading us. So, when the collective power of gods united against Mahishasura and his armies, that's pride and his generals, the gods, that's our Indriyas, are assured of the victory. Already I mentioned, I don't repeat once again, the combination of human and beast. What does it mean? It's a powerful combination of human competence and beastly nature. Simple is, pride is that. They stand for various traits and tendencies of this powerful combination. They're all mentioned earlier are the Asura Sampadas, the wealth of demonic wealth. So if the Shakti wants to subdue, kill Mahishasura, the pride, the first, his generals to be eliminated. His demonic wealth has to be destroyed first. But always, the armies of this Asura, demonic forces are always outnumber the gods. That means the unrighteous things is always outnumber the righteous things. So here I must maybe little deviation. Still I would like to refer to Shankaracharya's comment on Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Tells that the gods are always less in number, while the demons are more. So he asks question, what to do? What is the way out? Then the answer comes, there is only one way. Absolute surrender to the Supreme Goddess. Nothing less than total surrender will bail them out of their difficulty. This is precisely what the gods do. In Adi Shankara, in commentary on this, he says this. So, once we surrender to the goddess, absolute surrender, then there is no pride. As long as there is no surrender, the pride definitely is there. That is a demonic wealth. See, so goddess starts under lions start destroying these asuras, and their asuras they are not small. Let us see who are their the army of this Mahisha. Very interesting. I want to refer to each one of them because each one are wonderful, because they are with us only, within us. That's 1 second. I'll get back to that. I'm not getting right now here. I wrote somewhere those armies. 1 sec, I'll come back. Here they are. The first general is called Chikshura. Chikshura. It can be, when you make it to 2 words, Chikshura. This meaning is the incomplete knowledge. And Kshura is sharp also. See, with incomplete knowledge, Chit is sharp. What will be the state of this person? Chit Kshura is the incomplete knowledge, but the Chit is very sharp. What is the result of this Chit Kshura? What a great general he is of Mahisha, the pride. The next general is this Chamara. We know Chamara we use in offering puja to God and goddesses in temples. That's a feather. That's what it is. What is this feather stands for? This is not firm. So, the Chamara is lack of firmness and lack of focus in actions. Lack of focus in sadhana. That is Chamara. This is all the army generals of Mahishasura, the pride. The next comes Udagra. Udagra is having 2 meanings. One is feeling very much superior and arrogance. The next general is Mahahanu. The Hanu is jaw, the big jaw, which the animals used to crush the other animals. This Mahahanu stands for greed. Look at this. What are the? These are the generals supporting this pride. Otherwise, the pride cannot exist. No, pride would have gone. The other one, the next general is Asiloma. This Asiloma means the body hairs itself is like knives. Knives. This Asiloma stands for selfishness on one hand, other hand, jealous, looking at well-being of others. This is Asiloma. Then comes Bashkala or Vakshkala. This stands for fickleness, fickle-mindedness, and a wandering nature. Then comes Parivarita. It's a wonderful general. Parivarita means surrounded by others. So Parivarita is the trait where we want always surrounded by followers and supporters. We will see nowadays, all the leaders, they will not walk alone. Once the leader goes, there will be a lot of parivaras there. So Parivarita is another general for him. For the pride. Whenever I say the general for Mahisha, I am referring to the pride and his generals. This Parivarita is one. Other person is Bidala or Bitala. Bit means abusing. Allah means discharging the venom. Stands for abusing, hurting others, insulting others. This is the General Bitala does it. See what a wonderful generals this Mahisha has got, the pride. Then other one is Ugra Darshana. Ugra Darshana here doesn't mean that he looks very Ugra and all. No. He always poses big. That's Ugra Darshana. When the Mahisha sets in, when the proud sets in, the above qualities take over, take the root in one. They all join together, in turn make the one even more proud and self-absorbed. This is Mahishasura. Let us continue in the next episode.